ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
You've clicked on the Weather Xtreme video from ABC 3340. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and Merry Christmas. Welcome to the Christmas edition. Let's get to some sky cams this morning, and down at Demopolis, we have, as we look to the west-southwest along the Tombigbee River, we have some clouds, but we can also see some clearing. Hamilton, looking off to the north, and indeed, there are some clear skies up that direction. But when you look at Cheehaw, it is cloudy. And of course, if you look at radar, you'd be a little worried. Take a look at the surface map. Large high pressure over the southern Appalachians is making its presence felt. But we have a lot of moisture streaming, at least at higher altitudes, across the southeastern U.S. Here's the 500 millibar pattern overlaid on the water vapor imagery, and you can see all that moisture coming out of the Gulf across the southeast as a result of that trough over the lower Mississippi River Valley. But that's going to be zipping out of here today, so I think we'll see improving conditions, although it's going to be just a bit chillier than what we've been forecasting for the last several days. It is cool over the eastern half of the country. The only warm weather right now in extreme southwest U.S. and over the Florida peninsula. Things are looking up here as we don't see quite as many winter weather watches, warnings, and advisories, but there are a few out in the Rocky Mountains. Here is a little closer look at temperatures across central Alabama. We're generally in the upper 30s to lower 40s this morning. I suspect a lot of locations probably will get down to the mid 30s. And if you look at radar, it looks kind of scary. It's like, wow, look at all that rain. And some of that is reaching the ground, especially down in the Dothan area. But here's why most of it is not reaching the ground in the vicinity of Birmingham. And you can see that we have an extremely dry lower layer. From about 700 millibars down, it's very, very dry. So any precipitation that's occurring is going to be evaporating. Now, especially east of Birmingham, there is a possibility you may see some sprinkles, but I think for the most part, for most of central Alabama, especially from Birmingham westward, we're going to be dry today. Slight risk of severe weather on day 3. This is valid from the 27th in the morning till the 28th, and it looks like that is shaping up to be an interesting situation to watch. Here's the QPF, and boy, I've never seen one quite as encouraging as this one. Wouldn't it be nice if this absolutely came true? And of course, most of that precipitation with a 4.1-inch center over about, looks like maybe Talladega. Wouldn't that be nice? But it looks like most of that's going to come to the end of the period starting on late Wednesday and going into the weekend. All right, here's the 06Z GFS model run, and there's our little shortwave that's bringing us the clouds and the rain over the southeast part of the state this morning, and the GFS has done a pretty good job with that. You can see that it is forecasting that rain that we see occurring this morning. By Wednesday, that first little short wave is zipped over to the mid-Atlantic states, and the second short wave is approaching. That second short wave will help to generate a little bit more precipitation, and the GFS drags some precipitation through here late Wednesday and very early Thursday. The question's going to be, once again, about the atmosphere and how dry it can be and whether or not any rain will reach the ground, but I think the rain amounts will be relatively light. On the 27th or Thursday, here comes the major storm system, and that one moves out very quickly, becoming rather negatively tilted there as it moves up across the north-central part of the United States, and that drags a cold front down into our area as a surface low moves up into the Great Lakes. By Saturday, that system is now into eastern Canada, and another little shortwave is coming through West Texas, and we certainly look like we're going to be dry on Saturday. On Sunday, that shortwave moves across the Ohio River Valley very quickly, and that drags another system through the area. So it's going to depend on how much rain we get. Is going to depend on how much the moisture can return. By Monday, the last day of the year, we're in a southwesterly flow, so it looks like it'll be mild with Another system developing, as you see the short wave over the west coast or the southwest U.S., and that will be developing a new system in the southern Rockies. That system gets stronger by the 1st, and with that, a rainy start to the new year, apparently. At least the GFS is hinting at that, but we're getting on the edge of voodoo here. And now let's step into voodoo, and the GFS really takes that trough down into Old Mexico or northern Mexico, and then it brings it out on the 4th, and when it brings it out, it looks like another major storm system with lots of winter weather for the central United States to contend with. Again, we're in voodoo land, so this may or may not be true. That system progresses up through the Great Lakes area, dragging another frontal system down into the southeastern U.S., so the possibility of some rain around the 7th. We get into a little bit of a flatter pattern with the westerlies a little further north by the 9th, but with that pattern, of course, fronts have a hard time getting through, so that puts a zone of precipitation over our area. Well, Merry Christmas once again. We appreciate you tuning in to the Weather Xtreme video. Should have another one posted tomorrow morning, a little bit later, since I will be filling in for Jason on the Good Morning Alabama show. Y'all have a Merry Christmas, and God bless.